Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back from my week's holiday, and I just thought I'd do a quick live just to get back into the swing of things and just say hi to everyone. Missed you all, and yeah, I got back. Well, we were actually supposed to be there until Saturday, and I got back Friday late. The reason being is because where we hired the cruiser, um, we had to be off the vessel at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. So we actually, because you can't be on the river at night because there was no nav lights on the cruiser, we weren't allowed to obviously use the boat at night. So we actually went to we boarded and hired the cruiser from Potter Hyam, and we took the cruiser back there on when was it? I'm getting all confused. Friday morning. So we were up the river and we thought we'd come back. So for the sake of just sleeping on the boat and then having to leave in the morning, we decided to just moor up on the Friday where we were going to have to be anyway. And then we packed everything up and travelled home. Just, traffic and everything. It was quite a good run back. We picked a good time to come back. I think the traffic would have been worse on the Saturday. And we would have had to have left really early morning anyway. So there wasn't really much to do there. So we ended up coming back a day early. But let me go through some comments. The purpose of this video is just to, say hi. I've got a load of holiday snaps I was going to show you all. If you're interested, that's all. It's going to be a short stream. I know that Mark's Mods is going live tonight at 7, and DS Models is going live at 8:30. So I thought I'd just get on now. It's a bit early, show some pictures, and yeah, that's all really. So we've got Dave Mackin saying hi or welcome back, Horlixs. Hope you had a great holiday. Thank you very much, Dave. Yeah, I did. It was absolutely beautiful. I was so chilled and I really needed it because I was heading for a bit of a burnout. So I feel a bit refreshed. So yeah. After Chris says hi, Alex. So hello, Chris. How are you? Dave Matt says evening to Chris. DS Model says hi, Alex and everyone. Hi, Dave. How are you? Dave Matt says hi, Sir Dave. Stephen says hi to Alex. So hello, Stephen, and hi to all in chat. Dave Matt says hi to Stephen. Stephen says hi, Dave Matt. Dave Matt Builds. Mark Smod says good evening, everyone. Hi, Mark. How are you? Dave Matt Builds says evening, Mark. And Geordie says hi to everyone. Dave Matt Builds says hi to Geordie. So yeah, I wasn't that active while I was away. The phone signal was horrendous up that end of the country. But I did get slightly off subject. I did come back to a gift from YouTube. It's a YouTube bucket hat. And it came with a card. And it says, congratulations, you managed to get your hands on some of this summer's limited edition YouTube merch. This is just a little thank you from your friends over at YouTube for sharing your creativity with the world. We'd love to see you enjoying your swag. Create a short and tag us, YouTube high five, so we can check it out. YouTube. So yeah, I've got to do a little short with the bucket hat. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? I've never really been one for a bucket hat, but don't know if it suits me or not. Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. So I'll come back to that. And I could have done with this while I was away, because as you can see, I've got a bit of a tan, and I've burnt my back because I was captain of the boat for most of it, to be honest, which I absolutely enjoyed, really thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, we got there on last Saturday, and we arrived at about 2 o'clock. We weren't check-in for the boat was at 4 p.m. So we had a couple of hours to spare, so we just it took us about half hour to find somewhere to park the car, because they've got like a private car park in the rental place, and it was so busy. In the end, I had to go over this. I'm not sure if I've got any pictures of it, but this makeshift bridge that they looked like they'd welded together, and it was literally the width of the car, like you couldn't get a matchstick either side. And I'm like, I had to go over this rickety little bridge, and I'm thinking, oh my god, is the car going to fall in the river? But we managed to park on a grass verge by the moorings. So yeah, by the time we found somewhere to park and got to know everything, then we walked over the road, because we were in Potter Heigham, and there was a lovely little pub there. So we went in there and had a little drink, because I'd done all the driving. That was it. So we all had a drink, and then just had a little look around. And then by that time, we managed to go and check in and get our cruiser boat. So we had to go to this office first. Well, we went to reception first to get the welcome pack, and then there was like a map in there, all the information we need, emergency phone numbers in case the boat broke down, all that stuff. And then we had to go to another office to get our life jackets. So we all got issued with a life jacket. And then once we'd done all that, there was all these like trolleys that we could use to load up the trolley with all our luggage and stuff, and then go over to the actual boat. Now, by this time, we were allowed on the boat because the cleaning had been done. So we had to go and find the boat in the moorings, which was quite good fun, because it was quite a big place. So we really had to look around for our boat, and it was called Bright Light 2, as you'll see in some of the photos. So we found our boat, and then we were allowed to unload our luggage onto the boat, get settled in, put stuff away. And we had to wait for one of the workers to come and give us a sort of induction on the boat about everything, servicing, because we had to check the oil and water every day. It was a diesel engine, so we had to check the oil and water. Told us how everything worked in the boat. It had like a canopy that came off, so it gave us an introduction on how to remove the canopy. And then it went on to the controls of the boat. And then, so that was really good fun. And then he literally gave us a 5-minute tour of how to drive the boat, took us out, probably 5 minutes up the river, made us turn round. And then at that point, well, I didn't have a go at this point because it was Rod's booking. He was officially the skipper, who's my ex's dad. He drove the boat back to the yard, and then he was shown the maneuver to reverse the boat into a space. Now, he made it look really easy, the pilot, but trust me, it wasn't. When we were out there on our own, oh my God, it was like bumper cars. Yes, we did have a few bumps with other boats. It's just 5 minutes is not enough to, I've never captained a boat before. So yeah, it was really good fun anyway. And so we did all that. He brought us back, parked us up, showed us how to reverse, which is not easy in a boat. So those of you who have driven a boat before, or captained the boat, or been a skipper, you'll know it's not that easy, and it depends on the wind. And, parts of the Broads were tidal, so you had to be wary of that. And yeah, it was good fun. And yeah, but I'll go more into that later. So yeah, he brought us back to the yard, and then that was it. Time to start a holiday. So he left us to it. And yeah, we weren't sure what to do because it was getting late. And we weren't allowed on the Broads, obviously, at night after sunset, because we had no nav light, and obviously it's pitch black. So we weren't sure what to do. Well, so we were just going to leave the boat moored But I was itching for a go on the boat. We wanted to get used to it, so I suggested, why don't we? This was about 5-6 o'clock at this point. We still had a couple of hours of daylight, so I said, why don't we just take the boat out, back down the river, maybe do 45 minutes down the river. We can all have a go, get used to the boat, how it handles. It was quieter, and then come back to where we started and park up and practice reversing the boat and stuff. So that's what we did. So on the first day, we got off and we all had to go on the boat, and it was amazing. And then the next day we decided to have a really good old cruise down the river, and we ended up in Great Yarmouth. Now, obviously by car it was probably 20 minutes or something, probably, but obviously in the boat, maximum speed. There's different speed limits on the Broads, so you've got like 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, and the wider parts were 6 miles an hour. Most of it was 4 and 5. So where all the houses, a bit like our roads. If you go down a busy populated street, it's 30 miles an hour normally. So those areas on the Broads were 4 miles an hour. So as you can, imagine, it took quite a few hours to get anywhere, which was great. So we went down to Great Yarmouth for our first night. There we had to moor up, and it was quite busy there. We managed to find a nice space on the end, and then there was a charge. So a lot of moorings you have to pay for. So it was £16 to moor there for the night, but that included water. But unfortunately, where it was so busy and we were parked at the other end of the moorings along, along the river, we were just out of reach of the hose because we had to fill our boat with water every day. We parked up there. We didn't get there till, because we weren't sure and it was our first time and everything. We got there about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we had to walk down into Great Yarmouth, which was quite a long walk actually. It was about 40 minutes from the mooring and the Great Yarmouth boatyard. It was about a 40-minute walk along the seafront. I've got some pictures of that as well. We did that, and then we got some fish and chips and stuff. So it was really nice. Let me go through some more chat. Dave Matt says hi to Geordie. Geordie Dave says hi, Alex, hope you had a good time. Yeah, it was great. Geordie Dave says hi, Dave Matt. Mark says evening at Dave Matt. Dano says hello, Alex, and everyone. Hi, Dano. Lord Peter says hi, Alex. Hello, Peter. How are you? Dave Matt Build says hi, Dano and Peter. Lord Peter Webster says hi, Dave Matt, Chris, Dave S, Stephen, Mark, Geordie, and Dano. And Peter Webster, Lord Peter Webster says ahoy, my hearties. Stephen says hi, Lord Peter Webster. Geordie Dave says hi, Peter and Stephen. And Stephen says hi to Geordie Dave. So let me go through some of the pictures then. This was inside our boat. So it was an 11 sleeper, and it was about 46 foot long. So as you can imagine, it was all right down the straights, but trying to maneuver was really difficult, especially steering from the back, and you had to leave a lot of clearances, and it was quite scary at times, but we certainly got used to it. But this was the galley kitchen, as you can see, quite big. Had a full-size fridge in there. We had a gas cooker, there's a couple of gas bottles at the back, and then we had plenty of cups, plates, and everything was on board that we needed. Even a microwave. So So they're just all random photos, but this was us just driving down the river. That was Sam, which was my Carl ex's sister. She was chilling on the front of the boat. This was our sort of lounge area where we had our mat. of the Broads, so we could work out where we were going every day and what we were doing, and interest points. The map had a key, and it had told you all the pubs on the route, all the windmills. There's hundreds of windmills, or mainly pumps, water pumps. Yeah, all the information was on here. This was just the top half of the map. It was folded in half. So obviously it goes down, and you have the other side as well. That was where the captain sat. It was where I sat most of the time and got burnt on my back. And that was with the canopy down and the windscreen down. So yeah, it was really nice. Video of me just driving along the river. And that was a tour boat coming the other way. It was full of people having lunch and drinks, and yeah. So yeah, that was it. That was our temperature gauge for the engine. Now, there was a lot of issues with our vessel. It was a water guzzler because I remember he did say to check the water every day. And to be honest, we forgot on the first day. So I looked down and the temperature gauge was right sky high. So we had to make an emergency pull in because it wasn't right. And then we let the engine cool for half an hour. I undone the cap and it was bone dry. So, and it took about 4.5 litres of water. So there was obviously an issue with the engine. So yeah, once it cooled down enough, I topped up the water, and the normal operating temperature was what you see there. So yeah, after that, we did make sure we checked that every morning before we even started the engine. It was an old vessel. It must have been at least 25 years old. But yeah. That was the back of the boat. So that was we had like a French door. So driving along, you could sit on the back there, and all the ropes and everything. And our gas bottles were at the back. The engine was just under where Sam's sitting there. The engine was under here in this compartment. So yeah, that was. This is when we were parked up in Rotham. Rotham we went to. So that was where we were parked up there. Just another picture of the front with the windscreen down. So this was where we started. There's my car. This is where we checked in. So we checked in parking. So we arrived. I parked here. It does look close to that pole, but I wasn't hitting it. And this was where we had to check in at reception in here. And this was at Potter Heigham. This was one of the moorings. So this was Herbert Woods, where we hired the boat from. And as you can see, people have got their trolleys. You've got water supply to fill your boat with water. But this was just the first bit. And there's moorings all down the back up there. And it was a massive place. And we ended up parking over here on the grass. You can't really see, but there was some parking on the grass between the moorings. So yeah, and here there was like a shower block just behind here, and toilets and everything. So yeah, that's where we started our holiday. So this was this was when the instructor was driving. Sorry, that was Rod. That was our instructor who gave us a little operational, induction on how to drive the boat. So yeah, that was just more of the Broads. There's a lot of it. There's me. They bought some hats. So I had the captain's hat on some of the time. I had this one on. And this was when we were first trying the river. Max, that was Max. Sam's son, he was having a little go at driving the boat. And that was a great thing. Anyone can drive it, even kids under supervision. It was great. Those are fish and chips we stopped and had. Lovely bit of fish that was. So this was the Potter Heigham where we started to get out onto the river. So this was the mooring complex. We had to go under that bridge, which was quite difficult because it was a long cruiser. We had to be mindful of the boats, obviously on the other side of the river, parked there, moored up. So we really had to do a manoeuvre to get through there, so not to hit the back end. This was more of the moorings we stayed in on the first night. Yeah, just more of that. So as you can see, it was quite tight. So we had to sort of go out of there, and then we had to turn full starboard on the old wheel. And then we had to put it in reverse and forward and reverse and forward just to swing the back end round so that we could get level with the river and make our way down the river. So, but we did get used to it by the end of the week. And I really liked the front of the boat because it was almost like a Land Rover, if you like, because you had the bull bar on the front there. So, yeah, it felt like you were in a big Land Rover. So that was a picture of us when we started off, and we would just open the map to see where we were going to go. Rob there was looking at the operational manual of the boat and, you know, looking at other things and bits and bobs. So this was me driving down the river, captaining the boat. It was absolutely, honestly, it was amazing. Really enjoyed it. I asked Caroline to do me a video, and it ended up doing a snapshot. For some reason, it sped right up, but you can see me there with the captain's hat on. Whoever was captain wore the hat. So yeah, more of me driving down the Broads. Now this was the beginning of the week. I think this was the Monday, so it was a little bit overcast, but we had some glorious weather. Honestly, we couldn't have asked for better weather. But it was dry all week and really hot. So yeah, that was some more of me driving down the river. That was the rear. So this was on the back seat. So you can see how long the boat was. So yeah, that was that. This was when we were in Great Yarmouth. There was like an American diner there, and we went twice to Great Yarmouth because there was a lot to do there, especially for the kids. There was Pleasure Island, which was a theme park which I've never been to, so I did get my roller coaster fix while I was over there, and I went on the oldest wooden roller coaster in Great Yarmouth on the seafront, so that was great. But this was like an American diner, and they had these old cars there parked up outside. On both days we were there, on different days. So I think this happens just generally. So I think it's like a permanent thing, and they have all these different cars that turn up, and bikes and everything. So yeah, we had a look around there. It looked really nice. Some muscle car there. Chevrolet truck. I thought that was amazing. Really nice condition. So yeah, I took some pictures. Some more old cars and vehicles, and yeah, all sorts going on there. I did try and find a Morris for Dave, but I couldn't see one. But I'm guessing they're more American cars because it was the American diner. So yeah, that was on most of the week. So this was Great Yarmouth Seafront. So lots going on there. First time I'd been to Great Yarmouth as well. So yeah, there was they were doing like cart rides along there, and I mean, bless the horse. I mean, it was so warm, so I do feel a bit sorry for them, but luckily they were chilling. So yeah, there's like more of the cars I saw further along. So yeah, an old Ford there, an old Ford Capri. Really nice condition. That was just the front of the pier. So yeah, just all sorts of different pictures. We went on the giant observation Ferris wheel thing. So this was views from the top. There was that wooden roller coaster up here, right at the pleasure beach. So it's one of the oldest roller coasters, I believe, wooden ones that they've preserved. There was more from the top. This was a bridge, a crossing that was actually stuck open. So that road was closed. And I think I read that they had an issue with this. And this was up most of the week. I don't know if it still is, but that was wedged upright. So that cut off that road. So there was a lot of diversions in place. So this was in the pleasure beach. Just took a few snaps in here of some of the rides and stuff. Great Yarmouth. And this is when we got back to the mooring at Great Yarmouth. And as you can see, it was very tidal here. So the tide went down. And we had to climb down the ladder to get onto our cruiser. And that was that evening. There was a beefeater type place just up the road. So we've stopped and I had a cocktail and we all had a dinner. So that was us at the dinner table waiting for our dinner to arrive. And then some more of the river. So let me just go through some more chat. So Mark says hi to Peter. Lord Peter says, how's Julie doing? Mark says, doing a lot better, Peter. Oh, that's good news. Good to hear. Lord Peter Webster says, reminds me when Mrs. Bucket went on the Broads. Yeah. Jordan Dave says, is Captain Pugwash? Ian says, hi guys. Hi Ian, how are you? Dave Matt says hi to Ian. Geordie says hi to Ian. Ian says, Geordie Dave, haha, with semen stains there too, hee. Geordie Dave says, laugh out loud at Ian. Ian says, so pleased to you all a good relaxing time. Yeah, really good, thank you. Lord Peter says hi to Ian. Ian says hi to Dave Matt and Peter. Lord Peter says, you did the scenic railway, Alex? No, we didn't. I did hear about a scenic railway, but we weren't sure where it was, so we couldn't find it. Ian says, Mark, please pass on my best to your good wife, as I hear she's not been so well. Lee says hi to Alex. Hello. Mark says hi. Ian, yep, she's getting better. We'll pass it on. Lee says hi all in chat. Ian says hi to Lee. Dave Max says hi to Lee. And Lord Peter Webster says hi to Lee. So yeah, thank you for your comments. I hope you're enjoying the slides. So yeah, this is more of just more pictures of the river. It was one of the windmills. There's a lot of them. It's really interesting. Just more of the views. It was just, this is what it was like. It was absolutely amazing. This was in the morning. So still have all the dew on the top of the cruiser there. So yeah, this is where we stopped, and yeah, we were greeted by a load of donkeys, which was really nice. They all come up to the boat to see us. So yeah, really friendly. Gave them a little stroke. So yeah, that was our vessel in full, bright light. So as you can see, it was rather big. This was another windmill. It was called the Windmill, and it's lovely here. There was a calf, a little farm, as you can see. There was the ponies, the donkeys. There was some goats there. There was a shop in there. There was a little tea room. And we learned that all of this is up for sale. Everything you see there, all the buildings, it's all up for sale at the moment, and that would be amazing. Imagine owning that, living there, running the shop, but obviously a lot of money. I think it was in the range of like 1.5 million for the land and everything in there. So But it was a lovely little stop. Just more of the river. As you see, it was really calm, beautiful day. It was like this all week. And then you see the little speed signs. So 5 miles an hour along this stretch because of the buildings here and moorings. Oh, what's going on? This was back at Potter Heigham. The photos are a bit jumbled, but this was back at Potter Heigham, back at the Herbert Woods. And that was the pub we went to, Narada, just in there. And then that green building there was a fish shop, which was Nippy Chippy, which was where we got the fish and chips from I showed you earlier. This was the main high street. This was some, I need to skip forward. St. Bennett's Abbey. So this was a nice mooring spot. It was free to moor here. And we actually spent a couple of nights here in different days. It was free mooring, but no return. We had 24-hour stay, no return within 24 hours. So we stayed here a couple of nights during our week because it was lovely. It was pitch black, no light pollution. It was silent. Oh, it was amazing. So yeah, we stayed here a couple of nights. So yeah, that was interesting getting in there as well. Another picture of our big cruiser. This was a bedroom under here, a double room with ensuite. Obviously, the living area was here with the canopy that comes off, and we had obviously the captain up there. And then there was a bedroom behind there. There was 2 bedrooms in this bit, and then this was the kitchen area at the back here. And then my bed was a double bed on the other side of the kitchen by the back door. So yeah, nice and big, but really difficult to maneuver. So yeah, lovely. Yeah, so really enjoyed it. That was the back. So yeah, as I said, this was St. Bennett's we visited. There was a nice picture there, a ghost of what it did look like and what was remaining of it. So yeah, that was a nice nice place we came to, which is there. And that was it with the sun behind. Like a overview of the area, the gatehouse and the mill. This was inside the in there, and then this was a plaque that was on there. So the whole of this 38-acre site is a scheduled ancient monument. It is also private farmland. Please respect it. For your own safety and for the preservation of the monument, do not climb or damage the remains of the Abbey buildings. Persons entering the site do so at their own risk. So yeah, that was Sam went in to have a little look. So yeah, really interesting. A little look round. And this was sort of the surrounding. It just felt really strange. We were literally in the middle of nowhere. That was Rod and his good wife, Caroline, which was Carl's parents, and Rosie the dog, who's Sam's. She came along with us because they're dog friendly. So yeah, we had Rosie with us all week. And that was them. So Max, Ava, Sam, and then Rod and Caroline. Some of the other boats. And they're very, I don't really know. They weren't that friendly, if I'm honest. There was a lot of hire boats on the Broads, as you can imagine, day boats, and lots of these cruises from other people doing their holidays. They're all newbies. That we're all just trying to muddle through, trying to drive the boats. these these boats and captains of these boats were very experienced. Obviously, we had to give way to them because wind takes priority over powered. So whenever we saw one, we had to pull right over, slow right down, and we did that. But they didn't acknowledge us. They didn't thank us, even if we waved at them and said, "Hi, good afternoon." Absolutely nothing. They just blanked you. They were not interested in saying hi to any of the holiday makers. Maybe they think we're a bit of an inconvenience to them. I don't know. It was a shame because we said hi to everyone, all of the other holiday boats and lets. Everyone, it was like a biker community, but on the Broads, everyone said hi to each other, just not people on these particular boats. They were not interested at all. They would just be going along and all of a sudden swing across the river right in front of you on purpose. No thank you, no sorry, no anything. We just had to jam the boat in reverse and just stop and wait for them to make their maneuver. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame, but we said hello to a lot of them. We took a lot of pictures because they were lovely boats, but just they didn't acknowledge us at all. I think we must have been a pain for them on the river. But we did our due. We gave way to them. It's always wind overpowered because obviously, they take priority. So yeah, more pictures of just various views. Yeah, more of the. This was a beautiful little town we drove through. Oh, if only I could afford a house along there. It was stunning. All these beautiful houses right on the river there. They had their own mooring spots at the front of the houses. Yeah, more of another holiday let place, holiday boat rental. This area in particular was stunning. Look at these little houses here. Just all the locals, just their little town, all fishing. Just amazing! Imagine doing a YouTube broadcast with that in the background. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that house, little bungalow type thing. Honestly, it was just absolutely breathtaking. Cottage there, huge cottage. And it was just like wow, 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 you know. Absolutely, honestly, it was stunning. Another cottage there, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, more of the views going along, different houses and things, lovely gardens. That was like a close, so you could drive your boat down there like you would in a normal street, except on the water. And those of you who've been to the Broads will know exactly what I mean. But yeah, first time visiting the Broads, I was just blown away. This was the New Inn pub we went to, which was along this stretch. All the houses on the water there. So this was the Swan Inn. So we went here first because we were going to get grab some lunch. This is where we bashed the boat. We accidentally bumped another boat trying to get in. It was really difficult, but we managed to get in that space. You can see just here. And the thing is, we had an audience because when you're trying to maneuver a boat, everyone comes together and you've got a big audience, which gives you more pressure. But unfortunately, the pub wasn't serving food. They were short-staffed. So we went in to grab some food. I had my heart set on a ploughman's, but they were only serving drinks. You had to book for food, and there was no food served outside. So yeah, we did go in there for a quick drink. Long way. Yeah, and then we went to the other pub. But this was when we left. More of the Broads, just some points of view, nice pictures. This was on the way to Rotham, or Rotham, Rootham, whatever you want to say, Rotham. Yeah, it was almost like the Amazon jungle going up here. It was amazing. It was just, stunning. More houses, more houses. So this was at Rotham, Rootham, whatever you want to call. So this was where Roy's is, as many of you may know. So Roy's own a lot of the shops here. So you've got Roy's Toys, we have Roy's Food Hall, the Roy's Department Store. Yeah, all full of Roy's. So this was a nice little place we visited. This was all the swans. And yeah, lovely. Some video of all the swans. Never seen so many swans in one place. This was entering. Where did we go? Oh, I can't remember the name of this place. I only took one picture there, but it was what broad was it? I can't remember where this was, but we couldn't moor in here, unfortunately, because there was a nice pub in here, but it was so busy in there, we couldn't moor. So we had to just drive back out. So this was the second time we went back to that free mooring by St. Bennett's there. This was the day I think we went. This was on the way out of Great Yarmouth again. And I was captain again, driving us out. The engine was pretty much at full pelt because the tide was the tide was still going out, so it was quite hard work for the boat trying to get back up there. But me on the boat. Another windmill, the horse. Thought that was a really nice picture. Just some more views. More of the river behind us. There was that windmill place again that was for sale. So he passed us a few times. This was more of in the Broads. With Broad we went to. As you can see, there was no moorings anywhere. These were private. These were private. There was just private moorings everywhere. So all we had was this area up here, and as you can see, it was full. Which is a shame because it was a really nice pub. Just no one could get to it because it was just too busy. All these boats were hanging around in the middle of the Broad, waiting for a space. This was a picture outside the Swan Inn again. Where we had the drink. So I'm going back a bit. So that's where we managed to get the boat in. And then we walked. You were only allowed to park here if you were using this pub. It was a private mooring for this pub, but we went in and they had no food. And it wasn't our fault. So we said to them, look, there's a pub up the road. We want food. Do you mind if we leave our cruiser there so we can go down to the other pub and get food as you're not serving? And they were okay with that. So we left the boat there and we went up to this new inn, which was very nice. Took some pictures there. That was outside, and that was my food. I had a hunter's chicken. It was really, really lovely. And that was all of us at the table. Bit of a picture that no one was expecting. But yeah. Absolutely beautiful it was. So it was another view of the outside of the pub. That was a picture I put up on Instagram. That was my bed. So it's a bit like a caravan. You had storage here, and then this pulled out on these runners, which made the double bed. So this is where I slept. This was on the last day because we had to put all our bedding in a bag for them. Life jackets there and stuff like that. This picture of down the boat. You can get a rough idea of how long it was. And that was the 2 bedrooms. And I was back on the last day. Just more pictures of the boat. And that was a picture of us on. Unfortunately, I had my eyes shut. But that was the last day of our holiday, which was on Friday, of us. Yeah. And that is all of my photos. So, yeah, as you can see, I had a great time. Let's come back to me. Ooh, so, yeah. Let's have another look at some chat. So, Geordie Dave says hi to Lee. Ian says that's a big boat. Yeah, it was. It was huge. It was huge. Geordie says we'll have to get my holiday snap sorted. Yeah, it should do. Dave Matt says I've been to St Benet's Abbey back in 2011. Such a beautiful place. Awesome. Yeah, it was. Ian says tops on the water. Yeah, it was. Ian says I can imagine chat from them. Oh, look, Jerry, more commoners. Yeah. Has there ever been a Carry On Boating movie? Yeah, I think so. Carry On Cruising, I think there was. Oh, yeah, Dave Matt, Carry On Cruising, yep. Ian says, yeah, Dave, but they're big ships, not boats. Yeah, they should do. That'd be awesome. Ian says, I can just imagine Sid and Babs. Yeah, I love the Carry On films. I've got the box set. Dave Mack says it's a shame there wasn't a Carry On Boating. Yeah. Ian says, how come the boats you drive on the right? Do you know what? I don't actually know. But yeah, we had to drive on the right. If there was nothing coming the other way, we were permitted to drive down the middle. But obviously, we had to move over in plenty of time. So yeah, right or the middle if nothing was coming. The role in navigation is for boats and ships approaching each other to pass port side to port side, port being the left-hand side. Therefore, boats would need to be on the right side of the water. Yeah. And Steve says, well, Joe, your holiday, Alex. Yeah, do you know what? It was amazing. It's something I've never done before. You know, I was invited by Rod. It was his 60th birthday, which was Carl's dad. So yeah, he wanted to do something for all of us, and I was invited because I'm sort of part of their family now since Carl and everything. So yeah, they invited me along and to join them, and it was amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed driving the boat or captaining the boat, being the skipper. And they were happy for me to do it because they saw I was so chilled. I got a real good tan because I was driving a lot. My back got burnt because the sun was beating down while I was, captaining the boat. And yeah, it was just amazing. It was so peaceful, so relaxed, and I needed it. I really did need it. I was burnt out. Yes, it's sad to be back, but hold some great memories, and I would definitely do it again. It wasn't that expensive, really, in the grand scheme of things. You could take 11 people. So to hire that boat, cruiser, for the week was about £1,000. So, yes, you could fit 11 people in there, but it would be tight. We did struggle with 7 of us, but if you had 7 of you going, all sharing the cost, it's a great holiday, honestly. I think, I keep saying we should all do it, all the YouTubers, we should all hire a boat and do it. It was amazing. Signal's a bit naff, but we could find an area with good signal and imagine all doing a live stream from the boat and stuff. So yeah, that'd be great to do, but I don't think it'll happen. But I would certainly do it again. You can get day boats as well. So if you're near there, if you're near the Broads, you can hire a day boat and just go up and down on a small boat. But definitely, I would 200% do it again. So, yeah, great time. Ian says Captain Alex. Yeah. Steve says, Alex, have you got a captain hat? No, I haven't got a captain's hat, but they did buy some. Ian says, Steve, I'm feeling one thing, if not leave it with me. But Steve, I'm feeling one says, Ian Campbell. So yeah, let me go back to the beginning. Because I think maybe something missed some of the photos. I'll show you the pictures. So they did buy some hats. So they bought some hats. So I got to give them this one. And I think is that the engineer's hat or something? Because I was in charge of doing the oil and water on the boat. But when I was driving, they did buy a captain's hat for us to share. And there's me wearing it there. You can just about see it. So whoever was a captain got to wear the hat. So yeah. So yeah, that was it. Yeah, and then obviously at Potter Hyam, they've got Latham's, which I believe is quite a famous discount store there. So I bought myself some a pot of chutney, sun-dried tomato, smoked garlic chutney. I absolutely love cheese and crackers and salami and that on it, and that'll go nicely with some cheese and crackers and the ham, Parma ham and stuff. So I bought myself a jar of Latham's chutney from there. It was an amazing shop. It was a cross between, I don't know if anyone's been there, but it's a cross between ESK, B&M in the range, all in one. There was everything in there. You could go in and get yourself some garden furniture. They had a garden centre, alcohol, food, anything you wanted was in that shop. So, yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, that's about it. I think I've done an hour. So yeah, it was a great time had by all. And yeah, I'll definitely do it again. As you can see, I've got back and had a bit of a sort out. The tank is now up on the shelf. So yeah, that's I've still got a bit more sorting to do, but yeah. So yeah, Ian says, you back at work? So yes, unfortunately, I don't want to go to work. I am dreading it a bit. I haven't done a live since, but work is very trying at the moment, I would say, and I'm really not happy at the moment. But the break has been great. So yeah, hopefully see how it goes tomorrow. And yeah, I'd just rather do something else, or but it is what it is. It pays the bills. Jordy says, nice stream, Alex. It looks fantastic. Thank you, Jordy. And then Ian says, watch for the post. Oh, yeah. I know you said you had some stuff to send me. So, yeah, thank you for that. So, yeah, for the tank. Yeah, it was great. Honestly, it was just wow. Just the whole thing was wow. And it was just unreal that we only got 5 minutes training on, being a skipper, and just being let loose with this giant vessel honestly, it was amazing. But as I say, it was hard to maneuver because you had to, if you had to back into a space to moor, it was really difficult to swing the back in because the boat doesn't really steer in reverse. So there's a lot of going forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards to try and swing the back end in. And yeah, it was difficult and scary. And we always got an audience wherever we moored. We had an audience, and there's it was quite physical because I had to keep, whoever, if I was the skipper, Rod was doing it. If Rod was the skipper, I would do it, pull into a mooring. I'd have to leap off the boat, grab the mooring ropes and pull the boat in, and trying to learn how to do the knots for the moorings. And yeah, learned a lot, but it was honestly such a great week. And yeah, I would really recommend it. It was so good. So anyone who's thinking of going, just do it. Honestly, it's amazing. So, it's so warm in here as well. Ian says, don't forget that. Yes, I haven't forgotten. I will be doing that this week for you. Dave Mack says, great stream. Thank you very much, Dave. And Johnny Dave says, yeah, back to the grind. I'm back Thursday. Okay, so at least you've got a few more days. And Ian says, a superb update of your holiday. Thank you for sharing. No worries. I thought I'd do something and just say hi. So yeah, I will be doing the RM, Ian. I'll not ready to stream for it, but I will send you, Ian, another manual for that. I found, someone, he emailed me with a great review, so thank you. I'm not going to mention names, but I had an email from someone who purchased the kit and was very pleased with it, and just sent me a nice little message to say they were really impressed and thank you for designing it. So that was really nice. But the previous email was just to let me know of a slight printing error on the instructions. It's not too bad, but I have I've just got these two pictures mixed up. So I've amended it and I'll send you another copy of it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't really affect it. But it was great because I'd run out of stuff for it just before my holiday. I placed an order for some more components, and everything has arrived. So I'm good to go with making some more. Anyway, Dave said, great stream. Jordy Dave says, yeah, I've done that one. Ian says, cool. Ian says, the name is Keith. Yeah, that's right, Keith. Yeah, so Keith emailed me and pointed out a slight printing error. But apart from that, he was really happy with the kit. So, yeah, right, I'm going to let you all go. As I say, Mark is on at 7 o'clock tonight. And then DS Models is on at 8:30. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back from Friday as normal with the VW camper. I'm hoping I've got more issues. I think I've got one more here, and there should be one landed at work this week. So I'll find out. So, yeah. Ian says, great to get positive. Yeah, it is great. I'm still looking on YouTube because I was hoping to see someone who's bought it do like a review, but I can't find anything on YouTube. But I think a lot of people maybe aren't on YouTube. But yeah, I'm still looking. So yeah, that's all. Do you know what? It's really warm in here, and I'm feeling slightly dizzy. So I'm gonna have to go and get some water down there and stand outside for a minute. But it is really, really hot in here today. We've still got high temperatures down here. It did rain briefly. We had like a couple of spits, but now the sun's come out blaring again. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight, and I will see you later on in the week. So I'm going to play the part race out, folks. That's all I've got. Have a good evening, and I'll see you later.